Ray Lipinski. I'm an artist and currently a student at Temple University, and I have a background in sculpture and art. I put together this curation and the whole concept for the show because amid COVID and basically everything getting turned upside down, I noticed myself and my friends and other artists I was talking to really just coming back to old ideas, old artwork, old projects, and just kind of like reminiscing about what things used to be like, about our childhoods, about, you know, even what we did last year. So I think it was something that was on everybody's mind, the idea of nostalgia and reminiscence, and kind of feeling like a sentimentality about the past. And about last fall, I started this series of collage, mixed media pieces that really just sort of like expressed all of those ideas, all of the like kind of sadness, but also like the introspection about nostalgia and about how things used to be. So then from that, I put together the curation statement and started getting together other artists that I thought kind of fit the same, who were thinking about the same things, and ended up with this really great collection of other artists who were going through the same process of, you know, thinking about what life used to be like, about their childhoods, about their history, and kind of ended up with this collection. I think one of the biggest components that really draws all the work together is how quiet it is, and how introspective each piece and each artist's process is. That there's kind of like this like unified like language of just thoughtfulness. And while like some artists are using really similar work, like Constance McBride and Linda Wood and myself, all use found, you know, like imagery and photographs. Other artists, Lisa Gawker and Christine Ho-Smith, kind of just have this thoughtfulness in their work that I think unifies it really well, and sort of brings together those ideas. So I think once all of the work actually came together and like existed in the same space, because obviously with COVID and everything, I was viewing a lot of the work online. I was sent images of the different artists when myself and Dolores were trying to come up with like who to fit together for this concept, but actually seeing it all in the same space, like interacting with one another, I think really just like solidified like that this idea of like introspection and the past is kind of on everyone's mind, and that some of the same like visual language, some of the same colors and hues, even though those weren't kind of secondary in choosing the artists, they really just work together really well. And I think that just like they all kind of just fit together with one another. And I think that was definitely a happy like surprise, seeing how all the work interacts, and being able to see all these different artists' perspective on nostalgia and sentimentality and how those like feelings manifest in their work, because there are some really different types of work in this show, from sculpture and textile to you know, mixed media, and I think it's really interesting to see how it all fits together. The farmhouse, you know, seeing it in basically what feels like a home, is really just like feeling what the artists were feeling. You know, it feels like coming into someone's house, but in kind of a artistic way, in a like peeking into someone's memories. And I think it really works well together. I think it's a warm feeling. I think that nostalgia is something that can really like bring a smile to your face. I mean, everyone's had that experience of seeing an old photograph from when they were a kid, or hearing a song that came out when they were in high school or something like that. And I think that those feelings are especially important now with COVID-19 basically shaking everyone up. And I think it is a warm feeling. I think it is a nice kind of, even in the pieces that are a little bit more melancholy, I think that as a whole, the work really like shows just like how powerful the past can be, as an expressive tool and just as a reminder of like where we've been and where we're going.